All right, so example 32 is asking us to find the exact value of the sine of pi by 12. Pi is 180 degrees. If you divide 180 by 12, I think you get 15. But I'm double checking. Yeah. So you're being asked to find the exact value of the sine of pi by 12. Now, there are more than one ways to do this because we could say that the sine of pi by 12, which is 15 degrees, is equal to the sine of, let us say, 60 degrees minus 45 degrees. So 60 is what? Pi by 3 minus 45 degrees, which is pi by 4. So that's one way of looking at it. The sine of pi by 12 is the sine of pi by 3, which is 60 degrees, minus the sine of pi by 4, which is 45 degrees. So using the double angle formula, sine A minus B is equal to sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Using the double angle formula, we could say that sine pi by 3 minus pi by 4 is the sine of pi by 3. The cosine of pi by 4 minus the cosine of pi by 3, the sine of pi by 4. Now, the sine of 60 degrees is root 3 over 2. So 60 degrees is a special angle, so you're actually expected to know what is the sine of what? 60 degrees. 45 degrees, also a special angle. So you're expected to know that, for example, the cosine of 45 degrees is root 2 over 2 minus the cosine of 60 degrees, which is a half, times the sine of 45 degrees, which is root 2 over 2. If I factor out root 2 over 4, if I factor out root 2 over 4, I would end up with root 3 minus 1. So my answer is the exact value of the sine of 15 degrees. It is root 2 over 4 into root 3 minus 1. All right, so example 33. Example 33 is asking us to find the exact value of the cosine of 5 pi by 12. 5 pi by 12 would be 75 degrees. So the special angles that we could use to get 75 degrees are 30 and 45. 30 plus 45 would give you 75 degrees. So the cosine of 5 pi by 12 is the same as saying the cosine of pi by 4 plus pi by 6. Pi by 4 being 45 degrees, pi by 6 being 30 degrees. Now, using my compound angle formula, this would be the cosine of pi by 4, the cosine of pi by 6 minus the sine of pi by 4, the sine of pi by 6. Now, the cosine of 45 degrees is root 2 over 2. The cosine of 30 degrees is root 3 over 2 minus the sine of pi by 4 is root 2 over 2, and the sine of pi by 6 is a half times a half. Now, if I factor out root 2 over 4 in bracket, I would have root 3 minus 1. So if you're observant, you would notice that the sine of 15 is the same as the cosine of 75 degrees. And the reason for that is that 75 degrees and 15 degrees are complementary angles. Complementary angles mean that they add up to 90 degrees. And if two angles add up to 90 degrees, the sine of one is equal to the cosine of the other. So you'll notice that the sine of 15 is equal to the cosine of 75 degrees.